we are discussing from 8 cantos, right? You are able to hear me? So there is some problem here, technical problem. My laptop is not at all working. Some have to manage for these 2 3 days. So I'm I'm not able to see your like I can only see the text in the mobile that is getting recorded also. Okay, I have no screen here, so there may be some issue. Okay. So internet problem. Okay, very nice. Internet problem here in the 8th canto, Samudra Manthan pastime, and till chapter 11 we have completed yesterday. Today we are going to do chapter 12. Okay, chapter 12 entitles Mohini Murti bewilders Lord Shiva. Okay, so in this, yesterday I have explained you the summary of the chapter. So today we will directly go with the verses. Text 1 and 2 together. श्रीवादरायणीरुवाच वृषध्वजो निशम्येदं योषितदानवान् मोहयित्वा सुरगणान् हरिः सोमम् अपाययत् वृषम् आरुह्य गिरीशः सर्वभूतगणैर्वृतः सह देवया ययौ द्रष्टुम् यत्रास्ते मधुसूदना Srivadharayani Vacha. Sri Sukdev Goswami said, Vrishadvajaha, Lord Shiva, who is carried by a bull. Nishamya, hearing idam this, Yoshit Rupena by assuming the form of a woman. Danavan, the demons Mohitva, enchanting Suragana, unto the dead god Hari, the supreme personality of Godhead. Somam, nectar apayayat, caused to drink Visham, the bull, Arul, Isha, Lord Shiva, Sarva, all good Ganai by the ghosts, Vita surrounded Sahadevya. With Uma, Yayav went Drishtum to see Yatra, where Astes stays Madhusudana, Lord Vishnu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Sukadeva Goswami said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now Mohini Murti appeared and he killed Rahu and cut his head, and all those happened after the whole fight happened. After that, Sukadeva Goswami said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, in the form of a woman, captivated the demons and enabled the gods to drink the nectar. After hearing of these pastimes, Lord Shiva heard this all. Lord Shiva, who is carried by a bull, went to the place where Madhusudan, the god, resides, accompanied by his wife Uma and surrounded by his companions. Those Lord Shiva went there to see the Lord's form and said, Lord Shiva said, okay, I have seen all the incarnation of Krishna. This one incarnation Lord appeared as woman, and I have not seen my Lord like this. How wonderful it will be. Let me go and see this incarnation also. So he went to directly because it was he has to see all. He's a great devotee. He wants to see all the incarnation. Okay. Savajito Bhagavata. So everyone he took. Uma Devi also was there with him, and all the Bhut Ganas, Shiv Ganas were there. Savajito Bhagavata Sadram Somaya Bhavaha Supavishta Uvachedam Pratikujya Samyan Hari. Savajita well received Bhagavata by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. Sa Adram with great respect as befitting Lord Shiva. Sa Umaya Vidma Bhava Lord Shambhu Lord Shiva Supavishta. Being comfortably situated, Uvacha said, Idam this Pratikujya offering respect Samayan. Ismayan smiling Harim unto the Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead welcomed Lord Shiva and Uma with great respect, and after being seated comfortably, Supreme Personality of Godhead welcomed Lord Shiva, with great respect, after being seated comfortably, Lord Shiva duly worshipped the Lord and smilingly spoke as follows. Oh. Sri Mahadev Uvacha Devadev Jagatvyapin Jagad Ish Jaganmaya Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tvam Atma Hetur Ishwaraha. Sri Mahadev Vacha, Lord Shiva Mahadev said, Devadev, O best demigod among the demigods, Jagat Vyapin, O all pervading God, Jagat Isha, O master of the universe. Jagat Maya, O my Lord, you are transformed by your energy into this creation. Sarvesham, all kinds of bhavana, situations, come to Atma, the most God of this. Ishvara, the Supreme Lord, Parameshwar. Okay. Lord Mahadev said, O chief demigod among the demigods, all pervading Lord, Master of the universe, by your energy, you are transformed into the creation. You are the root and efficient cause of everything. You are not material, indeed, you are the super soul or supreme living force of everything. Therefore, you are Parameshwar, the supreme controller of all controls. The Lord Shiva declared here that you are the God for all the gods, demigods, and you are the supreme controller, Parameshwara. You are the supreme controller of all the controllers, Parameshwara. Of all the Ishwaras, you are the Parameshwara. Ishwara means controller. Okay. So there may be somebody controlling one department, one planet, or like that. But Krishna is controlling all the controllers. Like one controller is Pavan, Vayu Dev. One controller is Varuna. One controller is Yamaraj. They are controlling one department. Brahma, Shiva. So Lord is controller for all the controllers. Prabhupada is writing purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu resides within the material world as the Sattva Guna Avatar. Lord Shiva is a Tama Guna Avatar. Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu resides within this material world. In this material world, Vishnu also there. Krishna comes in his form as Vishnu to maintain the world, control the Sattva. So within the material world as the Sattva Avatar. Lord Shiva is a Tamaguna Avatar. And Lord Brahma is the Rajoguna Avatar. Although Lord Vishnu is among them, he is not in the same category. Although he is there among them, like one is maintaining Rajoguna, one is maintaining Tamoguna, controlling, and Lord Vishnu is controlling Sattva. So one may think anyway all three are doing one duty, so they are all on equal level, and Trimurti or like that. So there is no difference. But actually it's not. He is doing job with them, but he is not the same. Okay. Lord Vishnu is Deva Deva, the chief of all the network. Since Lord Shiva is in the material world, the energy of the Supreme Lord Vishnu includes Lord Shiva. Okay. Lord Shiva is also one of the energy, you can say like that. One of the energy of Krishna. Lord Vishnu is the called Jagat Vyapi, the all pervading God. Lord Shiva is sometimes called Maheshwara, and people think that Lord Shiva is everything because he's called Maheshwara, Lord Shiva. So people think he is everything. And so people having this idea, Maheshwara, everything is Shiva only. But here Lord Shiva addresses Lord Vishnu as Jagadish, master, the master of the universe. Shiva only addressing Krishna as Jagadish. So Lord Shiva is sometimes called Vishweshwara. But here he addresses Lord Vishnu as Jaganmaya, indicating that even Vishweshwara is under Lord Vishnu's control. Even though Lord Shiva is Maheshwara, but Krishna is Jagadish, so Maheshwara comes under Jagadish. And then he's addressed sometimes Vishweshwara, Lord Shiva is Vishweshwara, but he is addressing as Krishna as Jaganmaya, means God. Vishweshwara is under the control of Jaganmaya, Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the master of the spiritual world, yet he controls the spiritual world also. Okay, as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Sa Characharam. We should all remember now this. Many times this line has come. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are also sometimes called Ishvara, but the supreme Ishvara is Lord Vishnu. Lord Krishna, as stated in Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna. The supreme Lord is Krishna. Lord Vishnu. Everything in existence works in proper order because of Lord Vishnu. Lord says in Bhagavad Gita that everything is arranged like the mala. This mala, all the beads are arranged properly, but they are arranged how? All they are strung properly. Well, because there is a thread inside, you know? But that thread is not visible sometimes, right? So same way, everything is there. Everybody is doing Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varuna. Everybody is doing their job. Everything is all the planets. Everything working nicely. Whole nature is working nicely. So everything looks so nice. But there is no Krishna visible. But in the mala, the thread is not visible. But intelligent person knows that everything is located, and the base is the thread only. Similarly, who has the real knowledge, they know that everything is working nice, but the thread is Krishna. It is all because Krishna is there in the center of everything. Okay, so it's like that. Everything in existence was in proper order because of Lord Vishnu. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. Even Paramanu, the small atoms, work because the Lord Vishnu presents. Okay. Now we see when Brahma Samhita is talking about Paramanu and all this. Anu Paramanu. Okay, so the atom theory, nuclear theory, these all were known to the Vedic scholars even earlier. So Brahma Samhita, when it was written, long, thousands and thousands of years back. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham. They had the knowledge of Paramanu. Okay. Text 5. Adi antavayas yanmadhyam idam anyad aham vahi yato avyavas avayasya naitani tat satyam brahmachit bhavan. So we should remember who is speaking all this. Lord Shiva is speaking. Adi, the beginning, Anta, and the end. Asya, of this manifest cosmos or of material or visible, yet that which Madhyam between the beginning and the end. The sustenance. Idam, this cosmic manifestation, anything other than you, aham, the non-mental concept, and vahi, outside of you. Yataha, because of Avivesya, the inexhaustible, not Ekani, all these differences, that Satyam, the truth, Brahma, the spirit, the Bhavan, your Lord. The manifest, the unmanifest, false ego, and the beginning, maintenance, and annihilation of this cosmic manifestation all come from you. Who is saying? Shiva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you, Krishna, everything is coming from you. But because you are the absolute truth, the supreme absolute soul, the supreme Brahman, such changes as birth, death, and sustenance do not exist. Okay, you, everything happening because of you, everything coming from you, but because you are supreme Brahman, you are absolute truth, birth, death, sustenance, these things does not exist. According to the Vedic mantra, Yatova imani bhutani jayante, everything is an emanation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as stated by Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita 7.4. भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार में भिन्ना प्रकृति अस्मिता। अर्थ, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these eight comprise my separated material energy. Krishna says. In other words, the ingredients of the cosmic manifestation also consist of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This doesn't mean, however, that because the ingredients come from him, he is no longer complete. Because so many ingredients came out of Krishna, so he will be now weak or apurna, incomplete. No, he's still complete. This doesn't mean that he becomes incomplete. Okay, so this is the Ishopanishad. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Because he's a complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. I have already explained many times this. Krishna is Purna. From this complete, Krishna is complete. From that complete, whatever comes out is also complete. So from complete, complete came out. So what remains? Zero. No, complete. So from complete, complete came out. Remaining is complete. Whatever came out is also complete. Okay, that's how spiritual mathematics works. Okay, Krishna is like that. That's why he's called Bhagavan. Achintya. We cannot figure out how it is possible. Because he is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from me, he remains a complete balance. Thus the Lord is called Avya, inexhaustible. Unless we accept the absolute truth as Achinta Veda Ved, simultaneously one and different, we cannot have a clear conception of the absolute truth. Okay? The Lord is the root of everything. Aham Adiri Devana is original cause of all the devas or demigod. Aham Sarvas Prabhu, everything emanates from him. These are Bhagavad Gita verses, very clearly talking that Krishna is the supreme. In all cases, nominative, objective, positive, negative, and so on, whatever we may conceive of in this entire cosmic manifestation, in fact, the Supreme Lord. For him, there are no such distinction as this mine, and this belongs to someone else. Everything belongs to Krishna. Because he is everything. He is therefore called Avya, changeless and inexhaustible. Because the Supreme Lord is Avya, he is the absolute truth, the fully spiritual Supreme Brahman. 12.6. Taveva Charnam Bhojam. Taveva Charnam Bhojam. Shreyas Kama Vidashta. Visrijyo Bhyataha Sangam Niyaha Sampaste. Taveva Charnam Bhojam. Shreyas Kama Vidashta. Visrajyo Bhayataha Sangam Muniha Sampasate. Tava Yor Eva Indi Charan Ambojam. Lotus feet, Shriya Kamaha, person desiring the ultimate auspiciousness, the ultimate goal of life, Nirashcha, without material desire. Visrija, giving up Ubhayataha in this life and the next, Sangam, attachment, Muniha, great sages, Samupasate, Varshe. Pure devotees are great saint. Now Lord Shiva is saying pure devotees are great saintly persons who desire to achieve the highest goal in life and who are completely free from all material desires for self-gratification. Engage constantly in the transcendental service of pure lotus. One is in the material world when he thinks I am this body and everything with reference to my body is mine. Ato greh kshetra sutat pittere janas moho ayam. Okay, this house, this body, this children, this money, these people, relatives, they are mine. This body is mine. I'm the body. Aham mameti. My, I and my. This concept. This is the symptom of material life. We think in the concept of I and mine. That's all material life symptom. In the materialistic conception of life, one thinks This is my house. This is, if we are thinking like that, that means we are still in the material concept. So this is the self test. Okay. So this is my house. This is my land. This is my family. This is my state, my nation, and so on. If we have this idea, make sure we are in the material existence. Our conception is still material. We have not come to the spiritual plane. But those who are Muniyaha, saintly persons, following the precepts of Narad Muni, simply engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord Government person. Okay. Anya Vilasita Shunyam Gyan Karmati. But those saintly people are beyond this my and my, yes, sub. Supreme saintly personalities are beyond this concept. Okay. Either in this life or in the next, the only concern of such saintly devotees is to serve the Supreme Personality. Got it? Thus, they are also absolute because they have no other desires. Being freed from the dualities of material desire, they are called Shreyas Kama. Shreyas Kama means they are having a highest goal, achieving Krishna's devotional service. There are two words called Shreya and Preya. Preya means one thing. Preya means the very near goal, like short-term goal. Shreya means long-term goal. So many people are not able to see the Shreyas, the long-term goal. They see only the material goal, which is Preya, is short-term, because material goal means of goal only for the this lifetime, right? Okay, so the goal only for this lifetime. Okay, so that's why it's called short-term goal, because you are thinking, you are planning, you are making goal only for this lifetime. But Shreyas means long-term goal, thinking eternity and going to Krishna, serving Krishna in Goloka, like that. So they are called Shreyas Kamas. Okay, means they are not having material desire, they are having only spiritual desire. In other words, they are not concerned with dharma, artha, or kama, religiosity, economic development, or sensitivity. The only concern of such devotees is moksha, liberation. This moksha does not refer to becoming one with the supreme, like the Mayavadi philosophers. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that real moksha means taking shelter of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead. The Lord clearly explained. Okay, so Mahaprabhu, as per Mahaprabhu, the moksha. So one should not be very confused here about the moksha. It's clear. Taking shelter at the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, serving Krishna's lotus feet. This is moksha. Okay, the Lord clearly explained this fact by instructing Sarvam Bhattacharya. Sarvam Bhattacharya wanted to correct the word Mukti Pade in Srimad Bhagavatam, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed him that there is no need to correct any word in Srimad Bhagavatam. He explained that Mukti Pade refers to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who offers Mukti and is therefore called Mukunda. Krishna's another name is Mukunda. Why? Because he is the one who gives Mukti. Okay. A pure devotee is not concerned with material things. He is not concerned with religiosity, economic development, or sense gratification. He is interested only in serving lotus feet of the Lord. Okay. Tvam Brahma Purnam Amritam Viguణam Vishokam Anand Matram Avikaran Ananyad Anyad Vishwasya Hetur Udaya Sthiti Samyamanam Atmeswarasya Tad Apekshata Yanapekshaha. Tvam, your Lordship Brahma, the all-pervading absolute truth, Purnam, fully complete, Amritam, never to branches, Vikram, spiritually situated, free from the force of nature, Vishokam, without limitation, Anand Matram, always in transcendental place, Avikaran, changeless, Ananyat, separated from everything, Anyat, yet you are. everything. Vishwasya of the cosmic manifestation is the cause Udaya of the beginning is Samyamanam and of all the directors control the various departments of the cosmic manifestation. Atma Ishvara, the super soul, giving direction to everyone. Cha also the Apekshataya. Everyone depends upon you. Anapeksha, always be independent. Kashyapa further saying, my Lord, you are the supreme Brahman, complete in everything. Being completely spiritual, you are eternal, free from the material modes of nature, and full of transcendental bliss. Indeed, for you, there is no question of lamentation, since you are the supreme cause, the cause of all causes. Nothing can exist without you. Yet, we are different from you in a relationship of cause and effect. For in one sense, the cause and effect are different. You are the original cause of creation, manifestation, and annihilation, and you bestow benediction upon all living entities. Everyone depends upon you for the results of his activities, but you are always independent. Everyone depends upon you, but you are. The Supreme Personality of Godhead says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matastani sarvbhutani na chamte savasya. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Again, all beings are in me, but I am not in them. This explains the philosophy of simultaneous oneness and difference, known as Achintya Veda Ved. Everything is the Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, yet the Supreme Person is different, situated from everything. Indeed, because the Lord is differently situated from everything material. He is the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Cause, the Supreme Controller. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. The Lord is the Supreme Cause, and his form has nothing to do with the material modes of nature. Okay, so his form, his body, Krishna's body is not made of this earth, water, fire, air, ether. Okay, one should not think like that. Oh, Krishna body is also like this, and inside there will be lungs, liver, blood, all these things. It's not like that. So, because different personality have different bodily composition. So, like Krishna's body is made of ananda and knowledge. Body is made of ananda and knowledge. You think eternal body Krishna. Okay, like our body is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Krishna's body is made of ananda and knowledge. Okay, so like that. Brahma's body is made of intelligence. Okay, like that. So his body has nothing to do with the material forms of nature. God is a supreme God, and his form has nothing to do with the because his form is Sachidananda. So material modes. He is anyway beyond material energy. Material energy is under Krishna's control. So Krishna is controlling material energy. So how material modes can work? Because material energy controls someone through the three modes. But material energy herself is controlled by Krishna. So how come her power will work upon Krishna? Simple logic, right? The devotee prays. As your devotee is completely free from all desire, your lordship is also completely free from desire. You are fully dependent. Although all living entities engage in your service, you do not depend on the service of anyone. Everybody is serving Krishna, but Krishna is not depending on their service. You do not depend on the service of anyone. Like one should not think, I am giving food to Krishna, offering bhoga. When I offer, then only will eat. Otherwise, he'll wait. Give me some. No, it's not like that. He is independent. Nobody serves him. Then also he is left. Okay, even he is not depending upon Mother Lakshmi. He is independent, Atmaram, self-satisfied. That's why he's Lord. Although this material world is created complete by you, everything depends on your sanction. As remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness come from you. Nothing can be done independently, yet you are service rendered by your servants. Nothing can be done independently, yet you act independently of the service rendered by your servants. Such a nice thing. Okay, the living entities depend on your mercy for liberation, but when you want to give them liberation, you do not depend on anyone else. Okay? Indeed, by your causeless mercy, you can give liberation to anyone. Those means nobody can question, why he got liberation? Getting, I did so much, he did less. Krishna, what did you do? You cannot question why this, why that, why Krishna is doing like this. He's God, why? Just why he's God. Okay. Those who receive your mercy are called Kripa Siddha. To reach the platform of perfection takes many, many lives. Kaunam Janmanam Te Jnanvan Mam Padyate. Nonetheless, even without undergoing severe austerities, one can attain perfection by your mercy. Even without undergoing severe austerities, one can attain perfection by your mercy. Krishna blesses somebody without doing much effort, one will be perfect. Devotional service should be unmotivated and free from impediments. I hate to be a pratyata yayatma. We should not have any ulterior motives while doing devotional service. And we should not get impediments, like we should not break. It should be done apratyata means without any like break, continuously. Today you chant, yesterday you chant, tomorrow also you chant, every day you chant. Don't think like, okay, today I chanted so much, so now 2-3 days I can take a rest now. This is the position of nirasha, or freedom from expectations for results. Freedom from expectations for results. Actually, the main cause of our suffering is our expectations. Too much expectation, too much suffering. Because the whole world is not designed to fulfill our expectation. Having expectation is not a problem, but thinking that everything is existing in the world only to fulfill my expectation, that's the cause of our suffering. A pure devotee continuously offers transcendental loving service to you, but you may nonetheless offer mercy without depending on yourself. Krishna is not depending upon anyone. Once he can. Okay. एकस्त्वम् एव सद् असद्वयम् अदव्ययम् च वर्णं कृतं इवेह न वस्तुभेद अज्ञानतस्त्वयि जनैर्विहितो विकल्पो यस्माद् गुणव्यतिकरो निरुपाधिकस्य. Eka, the only one Tom, your Lordship, Eva, indeed Sat, which is existing as the effect, Asat, which is non-existent as the cause. What is the time now? I think now it should be disconnected, right? So you can restart. Okay.